Anyway, I'm gonna sound like the old hater on this episode, so please
Okay, brace
beware.
yourselves.
Brace yourselves for this one because we just in interesting times. Like, I don't really care. Like, TikTok's a cool platform. It is.
It
It
is.
gave us a lot of good things. Just like the internet is great, but this it comes with some trash. But there's been this whole. It's been like a month now, I think, right? Where
Been like longer than that, I think.
where they've been clowning homeboy. What's his name?
Oh, like specifically him? Yeah, it's been like a month. Drew
What's
Wells.
his name? Drew Wells.
Yes.
Drew Walls. Andrew Walls.
Wells.
And
Which is interesting that they chose specifically to clown him because a lot of people were doing those type of like
that's why I was confused.
content.
I was always confused about that.
But I think it's just like he was just honestly just caught the stray because he was just that one person that just was, I guess, people were seeing his stuff a lot. So he kind of just
Yeah.
caught the stray of everybody, of like the mutual people just being turned off by men doing those things.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's interesting because people are turned off by men doing those things, but then would most likely want a man to do those things, but just not on TikTok. So it's probably not like
Which
the
I get
recording
that.
of it is probably cringy, but definitely not what he was doing was cringy.
Yeah, which I get that because that's the thing. I don't think anybody's criticizing what he's doing. They're criticizing the recording
Yeah. But
because what he does too is like, which I think he definitely picked up from someone else. I don't know if he like came up with that, but he does like you're recording every angle. Like we don't need to see you walk this way and then the back angle of you walking and then like the front angle. It's like he does
that's doing
the
a lot.
excessive angles.
Now, one thing I've had to learn is that there's just a lot of things that aren't for me. And I used to care about like vocalizing that something's not for me as opposed to just letting whatever's not for me just rock. Like I used to hate TikTok like with a pure passion. Like that's why I didn't have one until pretty recently.
Yeah,
But I had to learn to just like if it's not for you, just let it not be for you.
yeah,
But anyway, for anybody that's not aware,
yeah.
there's somebody, a gentleman by the name of Andrew Walls, who is a video creator, content creator on TikTok and Instagram. He has a big following on both. I don't know which came from which.
I think he has a following on Twitter too. Interestingly enough, yeah.
I didn't do enough research on that part, but
Nah, I just saw that he quoted the tweet today, the Drake tweet.
yeah. So he became prominent in what we would call culture today for recording himself doing everyday activities like going to Target or like going to get his hair cut or just really just vlogging his day basically. But he shoots it from the perspective as if it's like a film crew pretty much watching him, or if it's like a movie. So it's like he sets up the camera on a tripod, does a take, probably does multiple takes for each shot that he's doing individually. And people think it's corny because when they have like TikTokers in the wild and you're watching somebody do a TikTok, it looks nuts.
Behind the scenes, it looks
Behind the
crazy.
scenes looks insane. So people are just clowning him. Like,
Especially if you're by yourself.
yeah, it looks nuts, which I think he is. Because it wouldn't look as crazy if somebody else was recording you.
Yeah.
But I get it. And it does look good aesthetically. Like it works. But the recording process of it, people think is corny.
The realistic aspect of it.
And then people were making like memes. Like the funniest one I saw was when my man was in the drive-through at McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
And he
yeah,
put
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
he put the tripod at the drive-through and
Nah,
then got
the
back in the
funny
car.
one for me was the guy that was showing himself like getting dressed and stuff, and then like he was in the towel.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, the one you showed me.
Yeah, they were like, wait, why are we looking at him like his butt cheeks or something? Like it was just really weird. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, but people have clowned this man for like at least a good 30 days, if not longer, for that type of content style. And yesterday, I believe, if it wasn't 2 days ago, but I think it was yesterday,
It was yesterday, yeah.
he announced a partnership with the NFL where
Or just 2 days ago.
he was promoting the Chiefs Bills game, I think specifically,
Yeah.
or just the NFL in general
Or
for
might
the
have been all the
games.
playoff games.
Yeah, it might have been all of them. And part of that video was him getting ready to go to the store to go get like snacks or whatever to prepare for the game. So he announced that partnership on his Instagram and TikTok, I think. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about this specifically because first and foremost, I believe bullying should come back because I think too many people are able to get off just like the weirdest things ever on the internet and like not be held accountable for them because
Yeah.
we've had just so much inclusivity and everybody's positive and everybody wants to be friends and yeah, no. I'm the opposite of that. Like I know that we shouldn't pick on people in the corny way, But like when somebody does some nut stuff, like we should call it out. So my form of bullying is like holding people accountable for things, not just attacking people for no
The
reason.
thing is, though, unfortunately, calling things out is not necessarily the solution. If people just call you a hater,
Yeah,
if you
right.
call things out, they're gonna be like, well, like, let people do whatever they want.
Right. Exactly. And that's a problem to me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to break this down because there was a lot of people that were hating on this whole content thing, clowning him, whatever. And
Yeah.
I get it. We're always going to make jokes, but you know, people were calling this is corny, grown man, like you 30, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how old he is, but people were talking about age, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that people should realize is that there's so much, like everybody's corny, right?
Mm.
And we don't call out everybody's corniness on a daily basis, but you really should. Like,
Yeah.
y'all wearing denim tears, you're corny.
Yeah.
You're wearing V-Lone, you're corny. Y'all dress all the same. There's
It's
been
corny.
9 billion Mia Culpa hats and knockoffs all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, all of that is corny. All the Chrome Hearts. I got multiple Chrome Hearts items on my
Depends on the Chrome Hearts.
right now. It does
I
depend.
think hardware is not.
The
as
hardware is
corny
different, but
because like, you're not trying to be like no one. Like,
No
no
one
one will
would
notice the
know.
Chrome Hearts necklace. Like,
well, if you know, you know. But still,
but you know, we're in the big.
there's a lot of stuff that's corny.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it 100. Like,
Yeah, even things that like people who think they're not being corny, it's being corny.
Right.
Like, women, I'll be like, they'll tweet stuff like, "Oh, like I look better than all you hoes." Like that could be corny to people.
That's
like,
corny.
because why you're in competition? Like, what's this invisible competition that you're in? Like,
lip syncing videos to music is corny, but we still gonna do it. So it's just always funny to me
corny
when,
is subjective.
when people point out corny things. But I'm like, there's so many other corny things. Like most of the rappers' behaviors that y'all like, it's corny. Like the
cringe.
corn dogs, like for real, like really corny. Like you got grown men acting like little girls on the playground.
For me,
all
like gang
day.
culture is corny. People might not like that,
It
but
is.
it is. Like you're trying to own a block that you don't actually own. You're killing people. You're killing your own people. It's corny.
Yeah, there's a lot of corny stuff.
You're going to jail or dying. Corny. When it's such a beautiful life that you could be living
Yeah,
for the sake of you own a block that you don't actually own.
yeah. There's a lot of corny things before we get to Target, man.
Don't shoot me. They might come for me. They might come. They might come.
Don't manifest it.
I'm not.
But so that's my thing. So if we're gonna point out corny things, let's all point out all the things that are corny, right? Because they also call Drake corny, right?
He is.
And you can feel that way. But I'd rather be corny and be up $500 million than to be. I don't know how much money he makes. I'm throwing out a random number. I'd rather be corny and be up $500 million than to be broke and be a hater.
But I feel like it bothers Drake that people think he's corny. Like you could be the richest person ever, but it still bothers him.
That's fine.
Money doesn't always solve everything.
Money doesn't, but being broke,
it bothers him. You
but
can
it,
tell.
and that's fine. I'm not saying how he should feel. That's not where I'm taking the conversation. But I'm just saying I still would trade my life
Yeah.
for his in 2 seconds. You could call me corny all you want, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Calling somebody corny from your parents' data plan, like I mean,
Yeah.
they called Nick Cannon corny his whole career. Nick Cannon had one of the most successful shows probably ever on TV,
Yeah.
and he has 10 families that he's fathering,
13.
and he's up millions of dollars and has put a lot of people on his platform that have gone on to do great things.
That's true.
Like
He did put a lot of people on.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like people that even were on, but then he helped propel them even further. Like you could take Hitman Holla, Charlie Clips, Conceited. They were all extremely successful in battle rap. Putting them on that show takes them even further. Now
Yeah.
they're gonna get even further bags.
That's
Or Matt Rife, for example, who was on that show, and last year he catapulted into like astronomical numbers on TikTok, like crazy. He went from wilding out to now performing as the opener for Dave Chappelle's birthday party at Madison Square Garden, right? So there's so many different people that he put on too. So for me, two things can be true. You could be corny and have money. So two things can be true.
And it can be not corny and have money still.
And you could.
That's
But-
the side I want to be on.
But also, my thing is like, I'd rather be corny with money instead of being broke and being a spectator to other people getting
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Because, for example, everybody was clowning him, and he posted the actual numbers with the receipt on how much he got paid for that NFL deal,
Wow.
and it was $11,000. Now, I don't actually know if this was the NFL deal, but I'm just gonna assume it is because he blocked out who actually paid him this. But you could call me corny all day, but calculate how long it would take somebody to make $11,000.
The average person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, a few months.
Yeah, exactly.
Us, 2 months. Wait, am I math messed up?
For me, it would be less than 2 months.
3 months for me, I think. No, gross, less than three. The average person,
Wait a second.
maybe like 4 months.
Hold on, let me check.
Well, not even average. What's the average salary?
Average salary is like
Like,
$30,000. But that's my point.
yeah, that's half.
Right. You got half your salary just from posting TikToks or going to Target. And I know money isn't everything, and people hate when you bring money into it.
Yeah, and you
But-
shouldn't necessarily do. I mean, as long as you're not hurting nobody, you're
right.
not hurting nobody.
People hate when you bring money into it when they don't have it.
Yeah.
Like that Drake bar said. People always what was the bar? Because I always like that bar.
People do lame stuff for money every day. They scam innocent people
Yeah.
for money.
To buy like t-shirts.
They scan grocery store items. I used to do that.
Like y'all scam to buy a gallery department. Like
Yeah, like
what
you're
do you-
innocent people who did nothing to you. Like if you're gonna scam, go scam rich people. Like why are you scamming everyday citizens? Like that girl that was just in my Twitter bio. Oh, not Twitter bio. My Twitter DMs. Like girl, get out of here.
yeah.
Trying
Like
to scam me.
or stealing purses. Like we could talk about a lot of things. A lot of things are corny before we get to TikToks
Yeah.
and Target. Now I get it. Money isn't everything, and we can still clown somebody for doing something that's corny. But my whole thing is that you're a lot cornier if you're broke, and you're clowning somebody.
True.
Like there was always that saying, like if you joke about if you're what is it? If you're broke and you joke about a millionaire, the joke's really on you, or some phrase or some quote along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I would just feel so weird commenting on certain things, being in like a shitty predicament.
Yeah, that's true.
And to me, instead of clowning people on the internet, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like Kanye said, you're just a commentator. That's all you are. Like if you're not gonna be in a position to be like everybody that doesn't do anything always feels like they have the right and ability to say something about people that are actually doing something.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the difference between those two people is that one person's actually taking action and doing something, and the other person is not. Like, and that's where it starts and ends. And this person's gonna complain about being in a messed up situation, and this person's not gonna complain about being in a messed up situation because they're going out and getting it. You're never getting paid $11,000 in a check. Like, sorry guys, like that's never gonna
That
happen
probably happens to a lot
for
of people.
99% of people.
Yeah.
Like that. Let's just keep it a stack. And
Yeah.
if
That's
I'm
like a sign-on bonus for like people who have good careers.
yeah, I've seen some of the
That's other than that, most
I know people that got like, and working in corporate, the biggest bonus I've ever specifically seen someone get was like
50.
$400,000.
Oh, like bonus, sign-on bonus, or just like a bonus?
Just a bonus.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not me. My bonuses are company based, like however the company health. I guess you could say the company's health.
And one was kind of swaggy. They gave him a range.
Commission based bonuses are definitely higher.
They get-
Performance based bonuses are high, but mine's not performance based. Mine's company performance based. So I would never.
They gave my guy a Range Rover.
Yeah, it's wild.
That was pretty swaggy. But
yeah, most people.
yeah, I just thought this topic was funny because I'm all with the jokes and everything like that. And like I said, I'm all for bullying and clowning and making fun of people. But at the same time, like people go too far with it, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was saying. Like people wishing ill on somebody or
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, you," blah, blah, like people take the joking too far.
'Cause I think some people generally were just joking around with him. Like, I
Right.
don't think they really care. Like
You could tell.
making the remake videos, it was funny, and I think he probably was laughing. But it's like you said, it's the people that take it too far.
Yeah, because now like people will their idea they're not even joking, and that's the thing. Like they're gonna wish ill on you,
Yeah.
or it's like not just haha this is funny or haha you look dumb, because that's just
Yeah.
regular clowning. It's like haha
Like, this guy
you
is
never gonna
yeah.
you grown man like
Yeah.
you 42 posting. I'm like
Like you're a
whoa.
bum. Like you're weird.
Yeah,
Or like even a woman like clowning him.
I'm like
But now that Drake remade his video, I'm sure if that was your man, you would be gassed.
right. You would be
If
reposting
Drake
it.
recreated your boyfriend's
And
video.
for y'all that don't know, Drake today on his Instagram, he uploaded a parody version of it. So he did the same thing in his house. In his house, there's like 3,000 rooms.
Yeah.
I don't know how many elevators he walked in that video. The
didn't
indoor
watch the
pool,
whole thing.
the indoor pool was nuts. So the
was
embassy is
trying to flex on
definitely
us.
the embassy was fire. but yeah, he recreated it, and
Yeah.
now his price is gonna go up even higher because Drake
Higher,
reposted it.
yeah.
And that's why I'm saying like there's always going to be those two people, right? The have and the have nots. It's going to be the spectator and the person on the field.
They're putting themselves out there, yeah.
Right. It's just like the whole Twitter fingers thing, right? You got the people on Twitter, oh, this guy's trash, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, you tweeting at home.
Literally.
He's getting paid 10, 20, 30, 40, not like whatever athlete is getting paid X amount of millions to be playing their sport. It's like, and you never competed.
Yeah.
You're just a commentator.
Yeah, it's wild. And I do feel like that's like a thing that always confused me. It's called like hate watching. Like I never understand people who are so obsessed with hating somebody that they're giving them views. You're literally making them money. Like reposting the videos. Like why are you reposting it? Because when you're reposting it, you're bringing their videos to a larger platform. So now people are going to now go to TikTok because you reposted it. They're going to go to the source so they can look at the comments. But now next thing you know, that video got an extra 2 million views because of your tweet that you posted trying to make fun of the guy.
Right, and all that.
And all that does is now the people that look at it, when they look at the engagement rate, they're going to say, okay, this person is getting this many views, and they're also getting a lot of comments because people hate commenting.
Right.
But comments are comments. People are still seeing the ads, and that's all they care about.
The businesses are going to see going to see those numbers. They'll be like, all right, let's give them that money. And now the price is up. So he just got, what I say, 11,000?
11,000, and I think he has some other brand deals too recently.
Yeah, he probably got more brand deals, and there's probably gonna be more in the way. And then he probably gonna start a YouTube, and then he gonna be up even further.
I wonder if that's even an NFL deal. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Because the NFL one might have been higher than 11.
Yeah,
the NFL makes a lot of money.
Yeah, and it probably was.
He might have demanded more. That could have just been any random.
Could have been anything. Yeah, could have just been TikTok. Who knows? But yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you don't like something, just don't talk about it, because all you're gonna do is boost the other person up. Like, if there's something that you genuinely don't like, then why talk about it?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just like kind of weird.
We're definitely backwards.
But yeah, we always got to take topics deeper than they need to be. But yeah, I just thought it was funny because it just personifies like how backwards people are.
Yeah.
But we move on.
Yep.